Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to take a little moment to say thank you for all your amazing comments on my previous video. I'm sharing with you my weight loss journey via the gastric sleeve surgery, which I had last Wednesday, which was January 20th. I know my video was really raw and emotional, but it's how I felt, and I just think that it's important for me to share this journey with you. So I created the series both on the blog and on my YouTube channel that's called Beneath the Surface, because I feel like it's all sort of tied into the beauty industry in a way. I mean, I'm a beauty blogger. I write about superficial things, makeup, skincare, hair products and styles. This is something that's a little bit deeper and sort of something that I'm dealing with on the inside. Yes, it's about my appearance, but it's not only that, it's really emotional, and it's just a journey that I've decided to take so that I can feel good physically, emotionally, mentally, the whole nine. Anyway, so today's video is just about what to expect during your surgery or while you stay at the hospital, your whole hospital experience. This was my experience, and I just want to make sure that everyone is aware that everyone might have different experiences. This is what happened to me, so I'm sharing it with you so that if you're thinking about having the surgery, you sort of know what to expect. I took some notes, so if you see me looking down, you'll know that it's because I want to make sure I don't forget anything. So basically, the day before your surgery, you have to be on clear liquids. This is intended to shrink your liver so that your doctor can get to your stomach easier. I did that. Clear liquids, basically it's broths, clear broths, water, Jello, which I pretty much hated from the second I took a little bit of a bite of. So that was off limits for me. And I think you can have sugar-free popsicles, and that's pretty much it. And water. Did I say water? I don't know. So that was my day before. I know a lot of people do require a pre-ops diet, which involves like 1 to 2 weeks of an actual diet. I didn't have to do that. So I'm not really sure what the reasons are, but for whatever reason, I had to do 1 day of clear liquids. So as you know, I was very nervous, but for some reason that morning I woke up feeling kind of numb. My surgery was the first one of the day, so I had to be at the hospital at 6 o'clock in the morning for 8:30 surgery. So once you check in, they bring you into a room where you're sort of getting prepped for surgery. They put in your IV, they ask you a bunch of questions. They gave me an injection in my stomach, a tiny little injection, and that was meant to be for blood clotting, to prevent blood clotting. So I had that. They also put this little tiny dot behind my ear. It looked like a little band-aid, like a circle band-aid, and that was intended for preventing vomiting, which definitely can happen when you're recovering. Let's see. So then the moment came. Actually, my dad, I just want to say, my dad came with me because it was so early and my husband needed to drop my girls off at school. And literally, he was dropping them off at school as I'm being wheeled into the surgery, to the OR. So my dad was with me, and then my husband came and was there for the recovery. So I kissed my daddy goodbye. That was a little emotional. And they wheeled me off to the OR. When I got to the OR, I saw a lot of familiar faces and some non-familiar faces. It was funny because they were playing music. Thriller, Michael Jackson's Thriller was like on full blast. And I'm like, are you guys gonna have a party in here or something? Like, what's going on? And my doctor had a little red dot on his eye. And I'm like, can you see well? Like, are you gonna be able to cut my stomach right? Hold on a second. But it was just funny. So we had a little bit of humor, and I went back and forth with the anesthesiologist about the cocktail he was about to give me, because that's my favorite part of surgery, is just being put to sleep. So when I woke up in recovery, I actually don't remember too much from the initial moments. I remember hearing my doctor tell me the surgery went beautifully, Carl, everything went so great. I don't actually remember seeing him, but I remember hearing him say that. I don't know. My recovery nurse was the nicest nurse ever. She was just such a doll, like, and took such good care of me. So I was very, very sleepy, very groggy. They kept giving me meds. And so my dad and my husband came to see me, and at one point I remember turning them away. I'm like, could you guys go? Because I want to sleep. Like, I just want to sleep. And it felt so good to sleep. I wasn't in pain. It felt great. I mean, I'm a mommy of twins. I don't sleep. So this was like wonderful. I remember telling my nurse that I'm coming back every year so that I could just sleep at the hospital, because it was the best sleep ever. And she laughed and she totally understood. And she just wanted me to sleep. So she kept turning everybody away when they tried to come visit me because I was knocked out. My mouth, I remember my mouth being incredibly dry, like to the point where it was hard to talk. So she brought me some ice chips, which helped a little bit. Not too much, but you know, it was a little bit of a relief. Then I became very itchy and I started scratching my face really badly, like really badly. And the nurse walks in, she's like, are you okay? What happened to your face? Oh my gosh. And I'm like, no. I've been scratching. I'm just very itchy. I don't know what's happening. So I think that was a result of the anesthesia or something that they gave me. I don't really know, but I was definitely reacting to something. Also, one of the things that they do at the hospital before they can give you anything to drink, I was going to say eat, you're really not eating, but when they give you something to drink, they have to make sure that your stomach is not leaking, because they've pretty much cut off 80 to 85% of your stomach and they've stitched it up, and they want to make sure that there's nothing leaking before they're able to give you fluids like that. So some people do their leak test after surgery, and that's honestly what I was expecting, but my doctor does it during surgery. So I guess once the surgery is complete, but I'm still out, he tested my stomach to make sure that I was not leaking. So that was good. Okay. Then after a long time, I finally got a room and they wheeled me to my room. My sister came to visit me and her friend. It was nice. I felt very loved and supported. And I felt very sleepy. I just want to sleep some more. Like, let me just sleep through this whole episode. And they kept giving me pain meds and they kept giving me nausea meds because I was feeling queasy. So one of the things that I noticed, and this is a little TMI, but I'm letting you know because, listen, I gotta tell you like it is. So I felt like I had to go to the bathroom and pee, and my bladder felt very full, and I would go to the bathroom and like barely anything would come out. And it was like the weirdest feeling to not be able to like fully pee. But I want to tell you that if it happens to you, it's most likely due to the anesthesia. Everything's sort of just relaxed. Eventually that should resolve itself. And it did for me. Before I left the hospital the next day, it was fine. But I do want to let you know because it is something that happened to me. I think another thing that has been really hard, but not horribly hard, but hard. I feel everybody kept talking about gas, oh my God, you're gonna have so much gas pain. And it's weird. And maybe the pain I'm feeling or was feeling was gas. To me, it didn't feel like gas. To me, it felt like heartburn. I felt like I had these spasms of like the worst heartburn you can have, and then they would subside. And then they would come back again, and then they would subside. So like this has been ongoing. I still feel that, not as frequently, but I still feel it, and it's uncomfortable. I am on omeprazole, which is a heartburn medicine for about a month, and then if it subsides, I can stop. But yeah, that was kind of weird and not so much fun. They tell you to walk around as much as you can. The problem I found with walking around is you are so drugged, you are so medicated. I was on morphine, oxycodone, I think. I don't know, they gave me so many things, and all of them, the side effects were sleepiness and dizziness and drowsiness. So I'm like walking around the hospital like I'm a zombie, and I don't know, I felt like I was gonna tip over or faint. I don't know, it just felt very weak. I felt very dizzy and just couldn't do as much walking as I wanted. I tried, I really did, and I did do several rounds, both the night of the surgery, after the surgery, and then the next day. Just to try to get things moving, but I really just wanted to be in bed and just sleep. That's all I wanted to do. So then the food comes, and basically you get a bowl of broth and you get a little bottle of water, and I think I got an orange Jello. I took 2 spoons of the Jello and I thought I was gonna gag. I'm like, what was I thinking? I tried to sip a lot of water, and you have to take very tiny sips. You can't like gulp. I miss gulping water. I'm not even kidding. I'm such a water lover. I'm still a water lover, and I find myself thirsty and I can't like take it all in the way I want because I feel like it sits in my throat and it hurts. It actually hurts. So I have to be very careful with that. Maybe I'm just adjusting. I don't know if it's like this forever, but I hope not because that would suck. Anyway, so at one point I was so queasy that the nurse was giving me an anti-nausea medicine through my IV, which by the way was a disaster, and it was like leaking all over the place. But my veins are so bad that we're like, just leave it, you know, let it do its thing. But as he's giving me that anti-nausea medicine, all this water just started coming out of my mouth. Like I just felt really quick. I'm like, I'm gonna throw up, and then it went away. I don't know, it was really bizarre. But that was not so fun. They also give you that broth, like I said, and then they give you these tiny little shot glasses, and they say to you, you can have 1 little shot glass of broth per hour. I was lucky if I got 2 in the 2-hour span. Really, I just, you know, it was soothing, but it was like the sips were so tiny and I was so scared to like take big swallows and, you know, so I don't know, I didn't take in that much, but I was on an IV, so I did have fluids, so that was good. And I didn't feel hungry. I felt fine. I felt fine. Yes, in pain. I had pain in my incisions, and in fact, when I got up, I felt the need to hold my stomach. I don't know, I felt like if I didn't hold it, it was gonna hurt more. Just how I felt. So they also gave me multiple tummy injections during the recovery portion until I went home, all for blood clotting purposes. They drew blood to check my, I don't know, some sort of levels they're looking for. And that night, the night of the surgery, I didn't really sleep much. I mean, you know, the machines were beeping, calling the nurse, and blood work, and then doctor visits at 3:30 in the morning, and then another doctor at 5:30 in the morning, and then somebody else comes in. I was like, okay, it is what it is. You know, what are you gonna do? It's a hospital. But overall, they took really good care of me. I felt very, very well cared for. So it was a great place. It was actually the same hospital where I delivered my children. The next day, I'd say a little after lunch, my doctor came to visit, and he said, listen, I'm gonna discharge you tonight. I think you're recovering a little slower than I would like, but you know, but you're doing well, and we're gonna give you till tonight, and if everything goes well and you're able to tolerate your liquids a little bit better, then I'm gonna let you go home. And so basically that's what happened. I came home on Thursday night. The ride home wasn't very fun. I was very nauseous, and when I got home, this is basically what I'm going to say to you. I have always been very sensitive to meds. In fact, when I had my elbow surgery, I had pain meds, and after about 3 days, I couldn't take them anymore. My stomach felt so raw that I just couldn't. I had like this knot in my stomach, and it just hurt. Now imagine really heavy meds on a completely empty stomach. I mean, broths and water, like what is that? So by the time I got home, I felt sick. I took my nausea medicine, I took pain medicine, and the next day I woke up feeling awful. And I'm like, I will never take the pain medicine again. Maybe if I need to at night, but during the day, I'm not taking anything. I'm just gonna take really good care and nourish my body and get some rest because I was nauseous. I actually tried to throw up and nothing really came out. It was just water. There was just nothing. It's gross, I know, but I felt really sick and awful. But you know, at the end of the day, everything was a success, and everything went well. I'm gonna be updating you again. I just wanted today's video to be focused on the actual surgery and kind of what to expect. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. I jotted notes so I wouldn't forget. But yeah, this is basically my story of my surgery. I will come back and tell you my week 1 stats as soon as I hit 1 week. And I'll also talk about what the first couple of days at home were like, just so you kind of know what to expect. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey of mine. It's a pretty personal journey. I'm kind of can't believe that I'm sharing it, but I just feel like it's important. because I relied on YouTube really to help me with my decision, and I felt very supported, and I'm hoping to do the same for you. So if you're going through this, chat with me. I would love to stay in touch and just kind of hear your experiences as well. If you have a channel on weight loss surgery, you know, let me know. I'll definitely check it out. I'd love to connect with people going through the same thing. This is what we're here for, to kind of help each other out. Again, if you like the video and you want to see more on this series or my beauty videos, definitely subscribe to my channel. I would be forever indebted to you and grateful. And follow along my social media, and you'll see more posts and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for coming along on this little journey of mine. And till my next video. Bye, guys.